friends, welcome to our new session on control engineering for undergraduates of 7th semester mechanical engineering. Let's begin our session. In the previous session, we had studied about the modeling of physical systems, that is mathematical models of mechanical, electrical, thermal, hydraulic and pneumatic systems, and we happen to know in detail about the various mechanical elements, electrical elements, thermal elements, hydraulic and pneumatic elements. Now in these sessions we are going to know about the analogous system, that is direct and inverse analogous for mechanical and thermal and fluid systems. Analogous system. So in this system we are going to study the analogy between electrical and mechanical system. So we see that in the electrical and mechanical system there exists a fixed analogy, and there are similarities between them, and there are some equilibrium equations which are similar to both of them. So in this regard we have an advantage of obtaining electrical analogous for the given mechanical system, and we are very much familiar with different methods and analyzing techniques in an electrical network, which we have studied in our electrical basics, which are quite comfortable when compared to the mechanical system. In this regard, so we are making this study for giving simplicity for our analogy. So there are mainly two main types of analogous methods. The first method is the force voltage, or popularly known as FV analogy, or it is also known as the direct analogy. Next method is the force current, or FI analogy, or we call it as a inverse analogy. Here in the force voltage, the source of input, that is force, is made analogous with the voltage source, and in this FI analogy the source force is made analogous with the input source current. So both these analogies are depending on the input source. Next, in an analogous system we are going to begin with force voltage, or FV analogy, or we call it as a direct analogy. In this method, force in a mechanical system and voltage in electrical system is assumed to be analogous one. Here we are going to consider an electrical network as shown in the figure. Let's consider an electrical network as shown in the figure. In this particular diagram, we are keeping all the three elements, that is resistance, inductance and capacitance, in a series and placed in a loop. Okay, the voltage across all these elements is equal to V of t. So here we see that always the voltage will be from a higher potential to low potential. This is how we write it. So here we are going to have the higher potential, plus here we are going to have the low potential, minus the voltage across this element will be VR. So this will be denoted as plus, this is minus, this is VL, and we denoted across this one plus minus, this is also plus minus, and the voltage across this one will be VR, this is VL, and this is VC, and the total voltage across all these elements is VT. So this is how the current flowing through this element, all these elements, is I of t. Now we apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law or KVL across all these elements. The Kirchhoff's voltage law or KVL states that in any closed loop, the total voltage, so in this closed loop, the total voltage across the loop is equal to sum of all the voltages dropping within the same loop, which is also equal to 0. Or in other words, the algebraic sum of all the voltages within the loop should be equal to 0. Means the sum of the voltages means VR plus VL plus VC and VT should be equal to 0. Like similar to our laws of motion, summation of all the forces should be equal to 0 on the same background. So how we write the voltage across the resistance R element is written as I into R. We know that V is equal to I into R. So this is plus here. Then the voltage across the inductance is L into di divided by dt, and the voltage across the capacitance element is 1 by C into integrating I into dt. And after finishing here, we are coming this side and going here. So it is from minus to plus. Keep it in mind, this is from minus to plus. So it is written as minus of V of t equal to 0. So this is actually VR, this is VL, and this is VC, and this is minus VT equal to 0. Next, rearranging the equation means taking this V of t on the other side, we get the overall above equation as Vt equal to I into R plus L into di divided by dt plus 1 by C integrating I into dt. Now we want this one into a charge flow, so we want it to convert it into charge flow. We know that current I is equal to change in charge, rate of change of charge which is flowing, or we know I is equal to d cube divided by dt. Then integrating I into dt, we will be getting q, means take this dt here and integrate this equation, we will get integrating I into dt equal to q. Now put I equal to d cube divided by t in the above equation and integrating I into dt equal to q in the above equation. So what happens with this equation? The equation will be changed to Vt equal to R into, here I it is d cube divided by dt, L into d divided by dt, where it is having I, it is replaced by d cube divided by dt plus 1 divided by C into q. Now rearranging this equation, we get, so we write it from the higher differential order equation to the lower. So what we get, Vt is equal to L into d square q divided by dt square plus R into d cube divided by dt plus 1 divided by C into q. So this one is the direct analogy. Okay, if we remember this one, this is our spring mass system, so we can correlate this one. This is equal to our F of S, that is F of S equal to m into S square plus B into S plus K. This is how we can relate. So force is related to voltage, mass is related to inductance, damper is related to resistance, and spring is related to inverse or reciprocal of our capacitance. So these are with related to time domain. If we convert it to Laplace transform, it will be coming near to the same analogy. Hence it is called as direct analogous system. Next we are going for the indirect or inverse analogous system. Next we will study the force current or FY analogy, that is inverse analogy or indirect analogy. In this method, current is treated as analogous quantity to force in a mechanical system. So force shown is replaced by current source in this system. So to understand this one, we are going to draw this network diagram. Here the source element is current. Okay, we are going to apply the nodal method or junction method. So at this junction, what is going to be there? The source of current is going to go and current is getting dissipated or current is made to flow across these elements, that is the inductance, resistance and capacitance. So here it will be plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. Okay, and here it will be minus and this will be happening. So applying Kirchhoff's current law. So Kirchhoff's current law or KCL states that the total current or charge entering the junction, that is this junction, entering the junction or a node is exactly equal to the charge leaving the node. So whatever current is entering into this node is equal to whatever is current is flowing out of this node. Summation of all the current at the node should be equal to 0. That is, the total current or a charge entering a junction or node is exactly equal to the charge leaving the node, as it has no other place except to leave and no charge is lost within the node. So how to write this one? Here we write it as I of t is equal to IR plus IL plus IC. So let node voltage across all the elements be V. So this is the nodal point V. Now it can be written as I of t is equal to V by R, then IL is equal to 1 divided by L integrating V into dt, and IC is equal to C into dV divided by dt. Put V is equal to d phi divided by dt. Integrating this one, we get integrating V dt is equal to phi. Replacing this in the equation here, what we get, I of t is equal to 1 divided by R into d phi divided by dt plus 1 divided by L into phi equal plus C into d divided by dt into d phi divided by dt. Again rearranging the above equation, we get I of t is equal to this one, C into d square phi divided by dt plus 1 divided by R d phi by dt plus 1 divided by L into phi. So this is the force current analogous system. After knowing the force voltage and force analogous system, let's prepare one table so that we remember how the translatory motions in force are getting analogous with the electrical system. So the direct analogy table is as below. Force F is analogous to voltage, mass is analogous to inductance L, friction constant B is analogous to resistance R, and spring constant K is reciprocal of capacitance, that is 1 by C. There we get displacement X. Here we are having the charge Q. There we have velocity, linear velocity, that is V is equal to V is equal to dx divided by dt. Here the current I is equal to dq divided by dt. So this table will help us in solving our numericals. Similar to force voltage, we are having force current analogous table, that is inverse analogous table. So in this one, the force is related to current, F is analogous to current I, M is analogous to capacitance, friction B is analogous to reciprocal of resistance, that is 1 by R, remember, and spring constant K is reciprocal of the inductance 1 by L. Displacement is analogous to flux phi, and velocity V equal to dx by dt. Here it is voltage or a small EMF, that is d phi divided by dt. So this is what we call it as a inverse analogous table. So continuing in analogous system, there are certain steps to solve the problems on an analogous system. The steps are mainly used to simplify our analogous system and come to a conclusion. Step 1 is identifying all the displacements due to the applied force. So here we have to identify, like how we have to do in case of our equivalent mechanical network system. Here also we have to identify the displacements to the applied forces. Draw the equivalent mechanical system based on the nodal analysis method. Write the equilibrium equation at each node. The algebraic sum of all the forces acting at the node should be equal to 0. Then in FV analogy, use the replacement and rewrite the equation. The replacements are as below. F is replaced by V, M replaced by L, B replaced by R, K is replaced by 1 by C, and X is replaced by small q, and dx by dt, that is x dot, is replaced by current, that is I, small I current, in case of a FV analogy. Simulate the equation using the loop method. So apply the KVL law and simulate the equation. The number of displacements will be equal to the number of loop currents. Next, in case of a FI analogy, use the following replacements and rewrite the equations. F is analogous to current, that is I. M is replaced by capital C. B is replaced by 1 by R. K is replaced by 1 by L, and X, small x, is replaced by phi, and X dot, that is dx divided by dt, is replaced by small e, that is EMF. Then finally simulate the equation using node basis. There it was loop basis, here it will be on a node basis. Number of displacements equal to number of node voltages. Like if we are having x1 displacement, x2 displacement, here we will be having v1 voltage and v2 voltage. In fact, the system will be exactly same as equivalent mechanical system obtained in step 2 with the appropriate replacement. Okay. Thank you.